Top surfers who take on the biggest waves in the world need skill, stamina, and nerves of steel. They also need the best surfboards, and in the last year there's been a revolution in the way they're designed and manufactured. So, how do they do it? Summer in California. Time for some doo-wop music and pictures of girls in bikinis. Here on the beach you can find an irresistible mix of sun, stunning views, and some of the best surf anywhere in the world. But not every beach around here is as friendly as this. A few miles up the coast is a spot they call Mavericks. And in the winter it's home to some of the biggest, most dangerous waves in the world. It's the ultimate surfing challenge, and the thrill seekers who take it on ride a knife edge between life and death. In 1994, when star surfer Mark Fu was caught in this horrific wipeout, he paid the ultimate price. Mavericks is a place where anything less than absolute precision could be fatal. One of the few people crazy enough to take on this challenge is surfer Grant Washburn. Today, Grant is on his way to San Francisco to order his latest custom-made board. Grant makes this pilgrimage every year, but today is different. His new board is going to be created using not just a brand new type of material, but a revolutionary computer-controlled robot. And as one of the few surfers crazy enough to tackle the giant waves at Mavericks, the design of this new board could literally be the difference between life and death.
You know, I'm 6.5 feet tall. On a small day out here, the waves are 3 or 4 times my height. And on a big day, they're 10 or 12 times my height, which was, you know, pushing 70 or 80 foot. And that is considered the biggest waves anyone rides anywhere in the world.
Grant understands the dangers of surfing at Mavericks better than most. In 1994, he was on the beach when he witnessed the horrifying wipeout that killed surfing legend Mark Fu.
It had been a great week of waves, and then it was kind of a smaller day, and no one really expected it to be that dangerous. But it was enough to kill the best guy out there.
When Grant tackles the killer waves at Mavericks, he knows there are only 2 things keeping him alive: his skill and his surfboard.
The board needs to paddle fast and catch the wave well, but then it needs to surf in a manner that allows me to escape what otherwise would be pretty much a life-threatening situation.
The demands on these surfboards are more extreme than for any other type of surfing. So how do they create the ultimate surfboard for the ultimate wave? The first challenge is to catch the wave, and the best way to do that is to have a long board around 3 meters. The problem is, longer boards are less agile than short ones. So if you want to avoid being flattened by the avalanche of water breaking above you, you really need a short board because it's quick, responsive, and pinpoint accurate. So the holy grail for a big wave surfer is a long board that handles like a short board. To solve this problem, big wave specialists like Matt Ambrose have started building boards from a new type of foam.
All right, so now the foam that we have is a super white foam that is a very tight-celled foam. That's something that is new to the United States.
The foam is constructed from a special mix of polyurethane, designed to be much denser than normal. This means the boards are stiffer and more responsive to the surfer's maneuvers. But creating a big wave board that is super agile is about more than just making it stiff. It also needs to be shaped to exactly the right contours to enable the board to cut through the wave with the least possible resistance. They may look fairly flat, but surfboards are in fact heavily contoured, and each of these curves affects speed, stability, and handling. Until recently, the only way to shape a surfboard was by hand, and, like a haircut, no 2 were ever the same. But then this came along. No, it's not a brain scanner. This is APS 3000, otherwise known as RoboCutter, and it can shape surfboards to within 1/10 of a millimetre.
In the past, we've never been able to do any type of adjustments to that small, minute amount because of the fact that it's all hand shaping, and you can see it with the eye, but you can't feel it with the hand to that small amount. So things have come a long way just in the last 6-8 months. Okay, so basically...
The boards are computer designed to give exactly the right mix of strength, speed, and agility. Using high-pressure hydraulics and a hardened steel blade, the machine cuts away on its own, leaving Matt free to check his emails. RoboCutter doesn't just make surfboards more accurately than humans, it's also allowing board makers to be much more adventurous in their designs.
It's something new because in the past they weren't able to actually change something for a millimeter in the curve and know that they've changed it, so we're moving ahead.
You know, it's a pretty exciting game, but it's all about that board and the confidence in the board, because without it, we can't do anything.
This process of fine-tuning means big wave surfers like Grant can find the ultimate combination of speed and agility. And when the winter storms arrive at Maverick, having the ultimate big wave board could be the difference between life and death.